You are on live, sir.
Good evening, students. I am Dr. Ravikumar Baratake, working as a biology lecturer in Government PU College, Saundatti, District Belagavi. In this session, I will take chapter 11, that is biotechnology, principles and processes. CET-ಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಬಯೋಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಪಾಠದಿಂದ ಕೇಳಬಹುದಾದಂತಹ ಕೆಲವು ಮಾದರಿ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳನ್ನ ಹಾಗೂ ಅವುಗಳನ್ನ ಉತ್ತರಿಸುವ ವಿಧಾನಗಳನ್ನ ನೋಡೋಣ. Let us have bird view on this lesson. Biotechnology, principles and processes. First, principles of biotechnology. See, biotechnology ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ it's a branch of biology deals with the utilization of organism or enzymes to produce products and processes useful to human beings. Biotechnology depends on two techniques. One is genetic engineering, another one is bioprocess engineering. In genetic engineering, we modify organism at gene or DNA level to develop genetically modified organism. ಇದರರ್ಥ ಈ ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನದಿಂದ ನಾವು ಕುಲಾಂತರಿ ಜೀವಿಗಳನ್ನ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇವೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ಬಯೋಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್. ಹಿಯರ್ ವಿ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಸೂಟಬಲ್ ಅಟ್ಮಾಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಸ್ಕೇಲ್. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಬಯೋಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಸೂಕ್ತವಾದ ವಾತಾವರಣ ನಿರ್ಮಿಸಿ ಕುಲಾಂತರಿ ಜೀವಿಗಳಿಂದ ನಿರಂತರವಾಗಿ ಉತ್ಪನ್ನ ಪಡೆಯುವ ಒಂದು ವಿಧಾನ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಟೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಕಾಂಬಿನೆಂಟ್ DNA ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ರಿಕಾಂಬಿನೆಂಟ್ DNA ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ is nothing but another name of genetic engineering. Okay, ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ in order to develop this genetically modified organism, we need restriction enzymes, ligase, polymerase enzyme, vectors, host cell, etc. ಇವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಬೇಕು. Apart from this, we also use gel electrophoresis. The gel electrophoresis is a technology used to separate DNA fragments. And also we use PCR technology. In the PCR technology, we are going to multiply DNA fragments. Next, we also use bioreactor device to produce products continuously in a large scale. Process of recombinant DNA technology. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಈ DNA recombinant DNA ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹಲವಾರು ಹಂತಗಳಿರ್ತವೆ. ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ from the organism we isolate DNA. So this DNA is subjected for restriction analysis. ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ರಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಂಡೋನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಎಂಜೈಮ್ ನಿಂದ ಈ ಜೀನೋಮಿಕ್ DNA ನ ಹಲವಾರು ಫ್ರಾಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಗಳಾಗಿ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಾಗ್ತದೆ. So once fragments of variable size are formed, they are separated through gel electrophoresis. Next, with the help of gel electrophoresis, we are going to isolate desired gene or desired DNA fragment. Here we also isolate plasmid from the particular organism, I mean bacteria. With the help of restriction endonuclease, we cut plasmid at specific site. Next, with the help of ligase enzyme, we are going to create recombinant DNA. Next, this recombinant DNA, it is going to inserted in bacterium to produce genetically modified bacteria. And from that genetically modified bacteria, we produce product. Product is finally subjected to downstream processing. So ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ರಿಕಾಂಬಿನೆಂಟ್ DNA ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಅನ್ನತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನದಿಂದ ನಾವು ಇವತ್ತು ಕುಲಾಂತರಿ ಜೀವಿಗಳನ್ನ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಪಡಿಸಿ ನಮಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದಂತಹ ಉತ್ಪನ್ನಗಳಾದಂತಹ ಎಂಜೈಮ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರಲಿ, ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ಗಳನ್ನಾಗಲಿ ನಾವು ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Let us go for questions. First, the two core techniques that enabled birth of modern biotechnology. Options are like this: A. Genetic engineering and hybridization. B. Bioprocess engineering and hybridization. Genetic engineering and bioprocess engineering. Bioprocess engineering and cloning. ಇವಾಗ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಾನು ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಬಯೋಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಎರಡು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ one is genetic engineering, another one is bioprocess engineering. Therefore, the right answer is genetic engineering and bioprocess engineering. ನೋಡಿ, ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ನಿಂದ ನಾವು ಕುಲಾಂತರಿ ಜೀವಿಗಳನ್ನ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಬಯೋಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಆ ಕುಲಾಂತರಿ ಜೀವಿಯಿಂದ ಉತ್ಪನ್ನಗಳನ್ನ ನಿರಂತರವಾಗಿ ಪಡಿತೇವೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ question: find out the bacterium used by Cohen and Boyer to obtain the plasmid. Options like this: Escherichia coli, Salmonella typhimurium, Agrobacterium tumefaciens, Thermus aquaticus. ನೋಡಿ, ಈ ಕೋಹೆನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬಾಯರ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಫಾರ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ದೇ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ರಿಕಾಂಬಿನೆಂಟ್ DNA. How? What they did is they isolated antibiotic resistant gene from the bacterium called as Salmonella typhimurium. They isolated plasmid. Next, with the help of restriction endonuclease, they cut the plasmid at specific site. Next, with the help of ligase, they finally added gene into the plasmid to develop recombinant DNA. And that recombinant DNA was introduced into Escherichia coli. So they, for the first time, they developed genetically modified Escherichia coli, which is antibiotic resistant. Right now, I told that they isolated plasmid from Salmonella typhimurium. Therefore, the answer is option B, Salmonella typhimurium. Next question: find out the palindromic palindrome DNA sequence. ನೋಡಿ, ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಗೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಪ್ಯಾಲಿಂಡ್ರೋಮಿಕ್ DNA ಸೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಪ್ಯಾಲಿಂಡ್ರೋಮಿಕ್ DNA ಸೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಪ್ಯಾಲಿಂಡ್ರೋಮಿಕ್ DNA ಸೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, if the DNA sequence reads same in forward and backward direction. ಒಂದು DNA ಸೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಮತ್ತು ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಓದಿದಾಗ DNA ಸೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸ್ ನಮಗೆ ಸೇಮ್ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಹಾಗೆ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ಯಾಲಿಂಡ್ರೋಮಿಕ್ DNA ಸೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಲುಕ್ ಎಟ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ ಮಲಯಾಳಂ. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ರೀಡ್ ಮಲಯಾಳಂ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ವರ್ಡ್, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಲೆಟರ್ಸ್. ಇದೇ ರೀತಿ when you observe this various DNA sequences, option A, if you read option A from forward to backward, 5' to 3', GAA TTC, backward GAA TTC. Okay, it gives same DNA sequence. Therefore, option A is the right answer. Next one, next question: identify the recognition site for EcoR1 enzyme. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ DNA ಸೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿದಾವೆ. when you observe DNA sequence of various options, all are same, but very important is look at the arrow mark. So we used to call it as restriction sites. So ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ EcoR1 ಈ ಕೆಳಗಿನವುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದನ್ನ ರೆಕಗ್ನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, the option C, 5' GAA TTC, where it always cut, EcoR1 always cuts G and A from 5' to 3'. After cleavage, it will produce this kind of products. Okay, next one: restriction enzymes cut each of the double helix at specific sites. In there, options are like this: A, hydrogen bond, B, sugar phosphate backbone. Next, glycosidic bonds. Next, both at hydrogen bonds and sugar phosphate backbone. So ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುವಂತೆ restriction endonuclease are the enzymes used to cut the DNA at specific site. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಒಂದು DNA sequence ಇದೆ GAA TTC ವಾಪಸ್ GAA TTC. So that arrow mark indicates restriction sites. When you apply restriction enzyme over the DNA and for the DNA, it will cut exactly at this site, leads to this kind of sticky products. What exactly does restriction endonuclease? It attacks on their sugar phosphate backbone. So therefore, restriction enzymes cut each of the double helix at specific sites called sugar phosphate backbone. Sugar phosphate backbone. Option B is the answer. Next one. Which of the following chemical used as stain in gel electrophoresis? Options are like this: agarose, kanamycin, ethidium bromide, ampicillin. See, ನಾನು already ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಾನು ಇವಾಗ gel electrophoresis is a technology used to separate DNA fragments. So after the separation, we can't see DNA in the gel in the visible light. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು DNA fragments ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು? One has to stain with a ethidium bromide. See this ethidium bromide, what happens? It will go and inculcate in between the base pair. So base pair ಗಳ ನಡುವೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಆಡ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಯಾವುದು? Ethidium bromide. So therefore the answer is ethidium bromide is a stain used in gel electrophoresis, whereas agarose is the matrix used in the preparation of gel. Kanamycin and ampicillin, you know that they are the antibiotics. We'll go for next question. In the agarose gel, DNA fragments are visible as options ಹೀಗಿದವು: bright green colored bands, bright blue colored bands, bright yellow colored bands, bright orange colored bands. Right now I had told that ethidium bromide is the stain used in the gel electrophoresis. So when you use ethidium bromide, it will go and stack in between the base pair. When that ethidium bromide is illuminated with the ultraviolet radiation, here UV stands for ultraviolet radiation, that ethidium bromide show fluorescence mechanism and emit orange red light. So therefore DNA bands are visible as orange red color bands. Therefore the answer is bright orange colored bands. Next one. So ligation of foreign DNA at BAMH1 site in PBr322 leads to, options are like this. First, A, insertional inactivation of AMPR gene. Next, insertional inactivation of TTR gene. Next, insertional inactivation of both AMPR and TTR gene. Next, neither AMPR nor TTR genes get insertional inactivation. ಸಿ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಈ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮಗೆ PBr322 ಈ ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಮಿಡ್ ಚಿತ್ರನ ನೆನಪು ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ ನೀವು. Look at the structure of PBr322. Here there is a restriction site called as a BAMH1. Okay, look at the BAMH1 site is located at TTR antibiotic resistant gene, which is also known as selectable marker. So what happens when we cut this PBr322 at BAMH1 site with the help of BAMH1 enzyme, and when we insert foreign DNA, automatically its DNA sequence is going to be interrupted. Now ಒಂದು foreign DNA ನ ಈ ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ TTR ಜೀನ್ ಸೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಟರ್ಕ್ಯಾಲೆಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅದರದ್ದು ಜೀನ್ ಸೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸ್ ತಪ್ಪು ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. So whenever the gene sequence changes, automatically gene fail to work, gene expression stops. So therefore TTR gene do not express. Have you observed? It has disappeared. So therefore, whenever we insert any foreign DNA in the gene of antibiotic resistant gene, it is going to inactivate that antibiotic resistant gene activity. It is called as a insertional inactivation. And when we ligate any such foreign DNA from H1 site, it finally leads to insertional inactivation of TTR gene. Excuse me. Next, therefore the answer is insertional inactivation of TTR gene. Next, which of the following bacteria contains TI plasmid? Options are like this: Escherichia coli, Salmonella typhimurium, Agrobacterium tumefaciens, Thermus aquaticus. See, this TI plasmid is nothing but a tumor inducing plasmid. Okay, tumor inducing plasmid that is naturally available in the soil bacterium called as Agrobacterium tumefaciens. Therefore, the right answer for this is option C, Agrobacterium tumefaciens. Next, assign the correct molecular property for DNA. Options are like this: negatively charged hydrophobic, positively charged hydrophilic, negatively charged hydrophilic, positively charged hydrophobic. See, when you observe the molecular property of DNA, DNA as it contains phosphate, H3PO4 minus, it has a negative charge. Hagadre DNA negative charge irtade, and this DNA cannot pass through plasma membrane. So therefore it is said to be hydrophilic. Therefore the option is C. Correct answer is C, option C, negatively charged hydrophilic. Next, common divalent cation used to make competent bacterial cell is. Options are like this: calcium, gold, tungsten, agarose. See, ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಗೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೆಂಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಅಥವಾ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೆನ್ಸಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನನ್ನೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೆನ್ಸಿ is nothing but a ability of bacterium to intake foreign DNA. What happens? This calcium increases the efficiency of that entry of DNA into the bacterium through its pores present in the cell wall. So therefore, calcium is the correct answer for this question. Next one. Most suitable method of introducing alien DNA into a plant cell is. Options are like this: A, biolistic method, B, microinjection method, C, gel electrophoresis, D, heat shock method. See, in case of plant cell, you all know that plant cell is surrounded by well-defined cell wall, which is hard in nature. So in order to introduce gene into the plant cell, first we should bombard that plant cell with a microparticles made up of gold or tungsten and coated by DNA. And this method is technically called as biolistic method. That is the right answer. Have the idea. Micro injection method is suitable for animal cell to deliver gene into the animal cell. Gel electrophoresis, as I have already told, is a technology used to separate DNA. The next, heat shock method is a method used to introduce DNA into the bacterium cell. We'll go for next question. So which of the following enzyme is used to isolate DNA from plant cell? Options are like this: lysozyme, cellulase, chitinase, polymerase. So already you know that DNA is enclosed in the nucleus as well as chloroplast in the plant cell, and these organelles are covered by well-defined plasma membrane, or even whole plant cell is covered by plant cell wall, and that cell wall is made up of cellulose. So therefore, to digest the cellulose, we need cellulase enzyme. Therefore, cellulase enzyme is the right answer. Have the idea, lysozyme is an enzyme used to isolate the DNA from bacterial cell. Chitinase is an enzyme used to isolate the DNA from fungal cell. Polymerase enzyme used in PCR for the multiplication of DNA fragment. So we'll go for next question. Find out the correct sequential steps of PCR. Options ಹೀಗಿದವು. A, annealing, extension, denaturation. Next, extension, denaturation, annealing. Annealing, denaturation, extension. Denaturation, annealing, extension. See, in order to answer for this question, you should know what is PCR and what are the steps it contains. PCR, polymerase chain reaction, is a technology used to multiply desired DNA fragment. Here it contains 3 sequential steps. First one, double-stranded DNA converted into single-stranded DNA. And this first step is called as denaturation. And with the help of heat, we achieve denaturation. Its meaning is heat energy is used to convert double-stranded DNA into single-stranded DNA. Next, primers. They are the short DNA fragments will bind to the respective part of DNA, and this process is called as annealing. Next, with the help of a thermostable enzyme called as a Taq DNA polymerase, new DNA is going to be synthesized, and this step is called as extension. Thus, PCR includes denaturation, annealing, extension. Option D is the right answer. Next one. Identify the labelings in the following instrument. ನೋಡಿ ನೀವು ಈಗ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡಿದಿರಿ. So when you recall this device, it is nothing but simple stirred tank bioreactor. See, when you observe the various labelings, label 1 is acid bar base for pH control. Second one is the motor. Third one is foam breaker. And the fourth one is flat bladed impeller. Therefore, option B is the right answer. Next, the process of separation and purification of expressed protein before marketing is called. Options are like this: A, upstream processing, bioprocess engineering, downstream processing, genetic engineering. See, when you observe the definition, it is nothing but simply the direct definition of downstream processing. Therefore, downstream processing is the answer, whereas this bioprocess engineering and genetic engineering are the 2 techniques of biotechnology. Next, find out the correct group of tools required for recombinant DNA technology. See, when you observe various options, I have already told that tools required for recombinant DNA technology are nothing but a restriction enzymes, polymerase enzyme, ligase, vectors, and the host organism. Okay, and all these tools, when you analyze various options, they are present in option A. Therefore, A is the right answer. Next one. Next one. Among the following, identify the group containing molecular scissors only. Option C idau rope, ORI, PST1, HIND3, CLAV1, PBR322, AMPR, CLAV1, ORI, PST1, EcoR1, BAMH1. ಸಿ ಈ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಮೊಲಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸೀಸರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಮೊಲಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸೀಸರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ restriction endonuclease which are used to cut the DNA at specific site. So when you observe various options, in the option A, rope and ORI, they are nothing but replication sequences, whereas PST1 is a restriction endonuclease, HIND3 CLAV1 restriction endonuclease, PBR322 plasmid. Option C nalli AMPR ಅನ್ನೋದು plasmid, CLAV1 is the restriction endonuclease, ORI replication sequence. Whereas option D ದಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ PST1, EcoR1, BAMH1 ಎಲ್ಲವೂ restriction enzymeಗಳೇ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ option D is the right answer. Yes. Next question. A mixture of 4 DNA fragments A, B, C, and D with the fragment length 840 base pair, 3300 base pair, 150 base pair, 1200 base pair respectively are subjected to gel electrophoresis. What would be the order of arrangement of fragments after the separation? So ಈ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಲೆಂತ್ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ DNA ಫ್ರಾಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಜೆಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಫೋರೆಸಿಸ್ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿಗೆ ಒಳಪಡಿಸಿದಾಗ ಅವುಗಳ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ರಾಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳ ಜೋಡಣೆ ಹೇಗಿರ್ತದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನೋಡೋಣ. So here I have developed an animation. Look at the agarose gel. DNA move from -n to +n because it is negatively charged. Look at the first fragment, which is the longest, and move very slowly. Next, another fragment with 1200 base pair will also move with bit fast. Next fragment with the fragment length 840 also move very fast, whereas finally a shortest fragment 150 base pair will move at most highest velocity. Therefore, their respective order of arrangement in the gel after separation is BDAC. BDAC is the right answer. Next one. A and B have the ability to produce a replicate within bacterial cell independent of the control of chromosomal DNA. Identify A and B. Options A, plasmid. Options B, bacteriophage. Options A, plasmid. B, protein. Option C, A, protein. B, bacteriophage. A, enzyme. B, protein. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಕೇಳಿದಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಬಯಾಲಜಿಕಲ್ ಎಂಟಿಟಿ ಆಗಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ರೆಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಗ್ತವಂತ. So when you analyze the various option, it is a plasmid and bacteriophage. They will multiply independently in the bacterial cell. Therefore, option A plasmid, B bacteriophage. Next, the function of a selectable marker is, options are like this: to identify recognition sites, elimination of non-transformants and permitting transformants, to identify ORI site, elimination of transformants and permitting non-transformants. See, when you observe the definition of selectable markers are nothing but an antibiotic resistant gene used to select transformants and elimination of non-transformants. Therefore, the right answer is option B, elimination of non-transformants and permitting transformants. Retrovirus in animal cells have the ability to transform. Options are like this: normal cells into cancerous cells into normal cells into differentiated cells, cancer cells into differentiated cells. Hagadre, retroviruses are the agents used to deliver gene in animal cells. They have the power to convert normal cells into cancer cells. Therefore, option A, normal cells into cancer cells, is the right answer. Next one. Microparticles used in ballistic or gene gun method are made up of. Options are like this: tungsten or calcium, gold or tungsten, gold or calcium or agarose. See, I have already told microparticles using the ballistic or gene gun method are made up of gold or tungsten. Therefore, that one, option B, is the answer. So primers used in polymerase chain reactions are chemically synthesized oligonucleotides of DNA, chemically synthesized oligonucleotides of RNA, naturally available oligonucleotides of DNA, naturally available oligonucleotides of RNA. See, the PCR, we use primer, which are basically DNA molecules. They are short DNA molecules around about 18 to 25 bases. Therefore, the word is oligonucleotide. So they are synthesized by scientists artificially. ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳು ಈ ಪ್ರೈಮರ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ರೈಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಈಸ್ primers are nothing but a chemically synthesized oligonucleotides of DNA. Next one. Identify E. coli strain from which EcoR1 enzyme was isolated. Options are like this: RY13, next RY14, RS13, next RS14. See, when you follow conventional method of naming of enzymes, you will see that during the naming, first name of the restriction endonuclease represents genus, second and third represents species, whereas fourth letter represents strain, and the last Roman number represents order of isolation. Okay, and when you analyze various options, RY13 is the right answer. Next. So bacteria exhibit resistance for bacteriophage growth. It is due to, options are like this: lysozyme, restriction endonuclease, ligase, polymerase. So bacteria, what they will do, they resist bacteriophage growth by having an immune power called as restriction endonuclease. So therefore, restriction endonuclease is the right answer. Next. Which of the following statement denotes elution? ಸೊ ಈ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಯಾವುದು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So elution is nothing but the separated bands of DNA fragments are cut out from agarose gel and extracted from gel piece. Therefore, option A is the right answer. Next, features that are required to facilitate cloning into a vector are. Okay, options are like this: ORI, selectable marker, cloning site. Next, option B, ORI, cloning site. Next, option C, selectable marker, cloning site. Next one, ORI, selectable marker. So for this, again, you have to recall the diagram of what? Diagram of, sorry. When you recall, PBR322. Look at the structure of PBR322. In PBR322, it contains ORI site that represents replication sequence. It also contains AMPR and TTR gene, which acts as a selectable marker. And outside of this plasmid, so ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಏನ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ cloning sites ಎಲ್ಲ. So there are totally 8 such cloning sites are there. Therefore, the right answer is option A, ORI, selectable marker and cloning site. Next, an enzyme even remove nucleotides from the ends of the DNA. Another enzyme E2 make cuts at specific positions within the DNA. Identify enzyme E1 and E2. Okay. So options, when you observe the options, E1 endonuclease, E2 exonuclease, E1 exonuclease, E2 endonuclease, E1 polymerase, E2 endonuclease, E1 polymerase, E2 exonuclease. Nodi, E1 ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ, it will cut from one end. So E1 is exonuclease. E2 what it will do, it will cut the DNA in between the, make the internal cut. It is endonuclease. Therefore, the option is B. B is the right answer. Next, match the column 1 with 2. Nodi, first one, agarose. Agarose is the matrix used in the gel preparation during electrophoresis. Next one, chloramphenicol is an antibiotic. Primer used in PCR. Chilled ethanol used in DNA used for DNA precipitation. Therefore, right answer is option C. 1Q, 2T, 3P, 4R. Next option, next question. A method in which recombinant DNA is directly injected into nucleus of an animal cell is called. Options are like this: biologistic method, microinjection method, next electrophoresis, next one cloning. So out of, when you observe the definition, it is nothing but the microinjection. Okay, that one is the right answer. Next one, thermostable DNA polymerase used in PCR, isolated from. Options are like this: A, Escherichia coli, next B, Salmonella typhimurium, next Thermus aquaticus, Agrobacterium tumefaciens. See, thermostable DNA polymerase, nothing but a Taq DNA polymerase isolated from a bacterium known as Thermus aquaticus. See, this Thermus aquaticus is one such archaebacteria present in the hot springs. Okay, and it can survive even at 80 degrees Celsius. Therefore, thermostable DNA polymerase enzyme obtained from Thermus aquaticus. Next question. A bacteria grow on agar plate containing ampicillin but fail to grow on agar plate containing tetracycline. B bacteria can grow on agar plate containing ampicillin and agar plate containing tetracycline. Identify A and B. See, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನೊಂದು ಅನಿಮೇಷನ್ ಸಹಾಯ ತಗೋಣ. Look at the bacterium A. Look at that DNA, foreign DNA, inserted in what? Inserted in a TTR gene. Because of that, the TTR gets inactivated, and this is called as a recombinant plasmid. The bacteria containing a recombinant plasmid is called as transformant, whereas it contains active AMPR site. Look at another bacterium that also contains PBR322, but it do not containing any foreign DNA in its both selectable marker. ಈ ಎರಡು selectable marker ನಲ್ಲಿ foreign DNA ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಇದು non-recombinant plasmid. A bacterium containing non-recombinant plasmid is called as a non-transformant. Therefore, the right answer is A is transformant, B is non-transformant. Next, what is the principle for DNF fragments movement in agarose gel during gel electrophoresis? The larger options are like this: the larger the fragment, fragment size, the farther it moves. The smaller the fragment size, the farther it moves. Positively charged fragments do not move. Negatively charged fragments do not move. Have already told DNA fragments movement, DNA fragment movement is inversely proportional to their length. Idarartha, longer DNA move very slowly, small DNA move very fast. Therefore, option is the smaller the fragment size, the farther it moves. Next, identify the plasmid among the followings. Options are like this: PST1, BAMH1, EcoR1, PBr322. So when you observe all these options, it is nothing but a PST1, BAMH1, EcoR1, all are what? All are a restriction endonuclease, whereas PBr322 is the plasmid. Itself is the answer. Option D is the answer. Next, identify the enzyme used to isolate DNA from fungus. Options are like this: polymerase, cellulase, chitinase, lysozyme. So you all know that fungal cell wall made up of chitin and used to isolate DNA from the bacterium. Okay, chitinase is the answer. Next, agarose is a dash extracted from seaweeds. Options are like this: natural polymer, artificial polymer, natural monomer, artificial monomer. Okay. See, agarose, when you observe the basic information of agarose is a natural polymer made up of monomers called as agarabiose. Each agarabiose is a disaccharide unit. Okay. Therefore, option is natural polymer. Next one, in PBr322. Okay, in PBr322, AMPR gene has following restriction site. Options are like this: PST1 and CLAV1, PST1 and PVU1, CLAV1 and SAL1, CLAV1 and BAMH1. Again, you need to recall the structure of PBr322. See, when you observe the PBr322, it contains what? It contains AMPR, antibiotic resistant gene. Since this AMPR, antibiotic resistant gene, it contains two such restriction site. Okay, one is PST1, another one is PVU1. So therefore, in PBr322, AMPR gene has following restriction site antandre. So you should give the answer as PST1 and PVU1. So recombinant protein is a options are like this: protein used in PCR, protein used in electrophoresis, protein encoding gene expressed in a heterologous host, protein encoding gene expressed in a homologous host. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ recombinant protein ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So recombinant protein is nothing but the protein encoding gene expressed in a heterologous host. Heterologous host ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ another organism. ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಂ ನಿಂದ ಜೀನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಐಸೋಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ another ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಂ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. Therefore, the answer is option C. Next, precipitation of DNA can be achieved by using, options are like this: chilled ethanol, chilled acetone, chilled acid, chilled water. See, what happens during the isolation of DNA, which includes various steps. Say, for example, after interacting with the enzyme, breaking of cell wall, so DNA will come out after centrifuge. So DNA is in dissolved state. DNA ಕರಗಿದ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ. So in order to spooling out of the DNA, it has to be precipitation. Here we have to add chilled ethanol. ಈ chilled ethanol ಅನ್ನು ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಈ chilled ethanol ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ it will interact with the DNA, especially phosphate group, and makes precipitation. Therefore, the answer is chilled ethanol. Thank you. I wish you all the best for all the students.
Gotta catch 'em all.